Hey guys, welcome back. Today's story is about the time my mom threatened to shock my dad until he's unalived, and the police at my school said that it wasn't a direct threat, so they weren't gonna do anything. I know. I can't believe it either. The pattern continues, guys. The police in my hometown are useless. I'm talking about you, Fairfield County and Lancaster, Ohio. You guys don't want to do your job. You guys don't like to fill out paperwork. You guys ruined my childhood. Thank you. Thank you so much. When this happened, I believe I was 15 or 16, somewhere around there. My parents were both home at the same time, and so was I. The worst kind of day, am I right? It was the weekend. I hated when my mom had an off day, because if she's at the house long enough, she's gonna find something to complain and yell at you about. Completely ruins the day. Well, today, my dad was her off. I thought I was gonna get a little bit of a break, but no, my mom decided to take it to the next level. Instead of just calling him names and insults and going on about how she would love to divorce him or be married to anybody else, she decided to threaten his life. What a happy marriage. So there was something wrong with the furnace or the water, I'm not sure, but my dad had to go under the house in the crawl space to fix it. Now, he told my mom, who was smoking a cigarette with an attitude in the bathroom, the attitude is important to note, okay? Don't mess with the breaker. Leave everything off as is. If you turn anything on, you will fry me down there. So my mom, who was already kind of annoyed at him for, I don't remember the reason, just goes, whatever, just go down there. Just get away from me. Okay, Linda, okay. And my dad goes down there. I'm in my room minding my business. I have Nickelodeon on. I'm playing around on my old ass iPhone 5. Having a good Saturday. Well, that all changes when out of nowhere, my mom starts ranting, okay? She's just ranting and ranting about how she hates her life, hates her husband, how she's so miserable, how she would be so much better off if he was gone and us kids were gone. Same. Then leave. Because I know for a fact we would be better off without you too. So take that thought and make it reality and leave. I'm ignoring her though, because that's what I always do. When she gets like that, I ignore her because there's no way you can talk her down. It's pointless. You're gonna waste your breath. You just put in earbuds, turn the music up high, and hope that when you take them out later, that it's silent. It's usually never silent. Half the time when I would do that, she would end up storming into my room and yelling at me. My mom starts to get mad that I'm ignoring her. So you know what she says next? Something that I can't ignore. You know what? I'm just gonna shock his ass. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm in my bed, like, just chilling on my phone. I sit up like a dead body rising from the ashes. I sit bolt upright, okay? I'm shook. I get down from my bunk bed, I push open my door, and I'm like, what? You heard me. I'm gonna flip this switch and I'm gonna electrocute his ass. I'm gonna fry him. You do that and I'm gonna go in there and beat your ass. I'm in the bathroom now, and I'm like 5'2". I'm itty bitty. She's got some inches and some weight on me, but I'm scarier than her. If you do that, I'm gonna beat your ass! My mom keeps going on and on about how if she wants to do it, she would, but she steps away from the breaker because I'm not playing, okay? I'm a little you at this point. This is what you created. You're not gonna mess with my dad, or you have me to deal with. So she doesn't flip the breaker. I immediately run outside. I go down to the crawl space. I put my head in and I say, Dad, you gotta get out of here right now. Linda's threatening to flip the breaker on you. And he's like, what? She's what? Has she lost her mind? So he immediately comes out of there. He's fearing for his life. He goes into the house and he's like, what are you running your mouth about? Oh, what? What did she tell you? She's making a big deal out of nothing. No, I don't think so. My kid would not just make that up. You were threatening to flip the breaker. And what if I did? Who would give a shit? You treat me like crap, I would be better off, she would be better off, we would all be better off. The projection is astounding. She knows that she's the problem. I actually got a recording of this situation. Unfortunately, I don't have this particular recording. However, I do have recordings of my mom venting. I have plenty of those. I could share those sometime. But this particular one, I don't know where it went, but I played it for the deputy at school. The next Monday, the moment I go to school, I immediately go to the office and I say, I need to talk to the deputy on shift right now because there is an emergency at home. The reason I came to this decision for the first time, I wish I would have talked to the police in middle school or elementary, but I didn't know any better. So as a 9th, 10th grader, I finally did. I had a talk with my dad the night before, and he said that my brother also went to the police in high school because of something my mom did when she threw the glass cup at him. So I thought, wait, if I go to the police as a high schooler too, that starts to show a pattern. Maybe we can get her out of here quicker. She literally strangled me 2 years before that. That has to be on file too, right? No, it wasn't, because they never did paperwork for that either. I'm waiting in one of those chairs in the office of the school. Eventually, the deputy's free and he calls me back. Now, his name is Deputy Maple, and I think this guy's pretty cool, okay? Because he really tried for me. I played him the audio and he said, yeah, I hear it. That's a direct threat. Because the moment I sat down, I told him my mom threatened to unalive my dad the other day, and I have it on recording. Because when my mom said that, I'm not stupid, okay? before I bolted into the bathroom and started threatening her, when I sat upright like that, the first thing I said was, "What did you say?" But before I said, "What did you say?" I already had my phone out, so I quickly went to the camera in the video, which took 2 seconds, and hit record, held it out towards the door, and then asked, "What did you say?" And that's when she said it again. "I'm gonna shock his ass. I'm gonna electrocute him. I'm gonna fry him." And I had that on recording, and I played it for the officer. He heard it with his own ears, and he said, "Yes, that's a direct threat. That's messed up. I'm gonna call my coworkers, and I'm gonna call CPS for you." He calls his coworkers. He plays the recording for them too. He explains the situation. You know what they say? You know what they say about the phrase, "I'm gonna shock his ass. I'm gonna electrocute him. I'm gonna fry him"? You know what the cop says? That's not a direct threat. Deputy Maple said it was. So why do his coworkers think it's not? Because they don't want to do paperwork. They don't want to send someone out there. People already go out there a lot, and they just call it a domestic thing. We're like the family who cried wolf, right? They don't give a damn. They're like, nah, that's not a direct threat. Have the kid come back in and report it when something actually happens. So Deputy Maple hangs up the call, and he's looking at me, and I'm sitting there hopeful at this point. He has to relay to me everything his coworker said. That his coworker doesn't agree with him. That even though I have this recording, that it's, well, she didn't follow through, so. We say a lot of things when we're upset. Yeah, that's how it starts. We say things when we're upset, and then when we're upset, those things that we say, we eventually do. My dad and our whole family could have ended up on that old show, Wives with Knives, okay? I really thought that we were. There were some wacko moms on that, and my mom was just like every one of them. She had it within her to snap, and I'm just really lucky that she didn't. Well, Deputy Maple feels bad for me at this point, so he says, you know what? My coworkers aren't helpful. I'm gonna call CPS for you. He calls CPS. You know what they say? Same thing. What do you want us to do about it? Nothing happened. There's no report on file. Until there's a police report on file, we can't go and investigate or take the kids out or separate the mother from the home. It wasn't until my senior year, 3 years later, that I finally got her out of the house. Because I had video recording of her assaulting my dad. Because she finally did something. Wow, Lancaster. Thanks for making me go through 3 more years of trauma because you're too lazy to do your job until it's unavoidable. You know, when we literally have the assault on video. We can't not do our jobs and arrest someone now or we'll get fired. But when it's he said, she said, when it's me, the kid getting choked, but I didn't have video of that because I'm 13 and I was getting literally choked, we're not gonna arrest my mom for that. We're just gonna call it a domestic thing. We're just gonna call it, bad parenting. Bad parenting is bad parenting. That's what they said. Bad parenting is bad parenting, but it's not against the law. That's what the cops always said. I'll never forget them saying that after she literally choked me. Didn't know choking your kid was bad parenting. I guess it's only against the law if they unalive you. I hate Lancaster Police Department. That's Lancaster, Ohio Police Department in Fairfield County, Ohio. And you can go ahead and try to come for me, Lancaster, Ohio, but it'll fail because everything I've said is true. Every single call we've ever made where there was a domestic dispute and you guys did nothing is on file. So go ahead and try me. My mom never ended up finding out about me going to the police at school, but I know if she did, she would have been real smug. Like, oh, I got away with it again, because she would always smirk every time the police left. She would look at me and smirk. I hate her. It was always the worst. I don't know why narcissists are so good at tricking other people and manipulating, but they are. They have no self-esteem, no self-confidence. They project all their insecurities onto others, like vomit. They vomit all their insecurities onto others. But somehow they're really good manipulators. That's because they're observers, okay? When you hate yourself, you observe everyone else in the room, you pick out the traits from people that you wish you had. And so that makes you go out and bully them for their traits because you're jealous. That was my mother. She was jealous of my dad and how I liked him more and how my brother liked him more and how we all thought she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Well, whose fault is that, Linda? Whose fault is that? Hers. I know that we don't like to admit things, but it is yours. Anyways, I hope you like this one. I know it's a little bit shorter, but I just got home from Myrtle Beach vacation. I do not have time to edit for 8 hours like last week. Like, that was a lot for me. I don't want to do that again. But I'm glad you liked last week's story time, and I hope you like this one too. I'd like to do more ones like this where there were little moments where my mom said something crazy, but then nothing happened. This was probably like one of the wildest ones. Like, I mean, she's made other threats that are quite entertaining. I'd love to share with you other threats she has made. Let me know if you want more down below. Anyways, I'll see you next week, Friday at 3. Bye!